Listen up, all of you stunning human beings, the XRP rate is set to move genuinely insane now. Does this suggest that XRP is going to leap to $10 before you quit? No, however, it does suggest something else very particular, which you men all want to put together for XRP. Its price is going to have a few very volatile swings very quickly. We're talking about large use, large downs, and a whole lot of capacity to make an insane amount of cash. So if you are within the business of earning profits and no longer in the enterprise of shilling, I want you guys to listen to this video due to the fact what I'm going to cover these days goes to truly trade your existence, in case you pay attention carefully throughout the whole video. So allow us to start with the aid of getting into the economics. What's occurring? Why is Warren Buffett building his coins balance? And what's occurring with the USA financial system? Okay, due to the fact this stuff is truly essential, and it is absolutely going to be playing a large role in the completest economy and each unmarried funding magnificence. XRP covered every unmarried other crypto protected. So if you maintain on your different crypto properly wager what, this goes to be valuable to you guys. Okay, so Warren Buffett is now constructing his coins balance at an exceptional charge, even as the markets are hitting new records. In other words, SP 500 hitting all-time highs. Warren Buffett, he's promoting the whole lot. Why is he doing that? Well, Berkshire Hathaway just introduced that they are freezing buybacks and are retaining $325 billion of coins. So Berkshire Hathaway repurchased $0 of stock in Q3 of 2024. He failed to purchase something, not anything. He becomes simply selling. This compares to $345 million in Q2 of 2023 and $2 billion in every of the two prior quarters. Berkshire stated it will purchase back stocks, whilst Buffett believes that the repurchase fee is underneath $325 billion, but Berkshire's intrinsic price. Now, in case you're questioning what Buffett's indicator is, it basically looks at the SP 500 international debt to GDP. And essentially, as soon as debt to GDP receives to a certain fee, Warren Buffett says, okay, I'm going to stop buying for a little whilst due to the fact we're in a touch bit of a bubble, right? And he waits for the USA government to do their due diligence and pay off their debt a little bit, and for the economy to be in a little bit more of a balanced nation earlier, then he resumes his purchases inside the marketplace. This cash stability is bigger than the marketplace cap of all, however, 27 public organizations within the world. In fact, Buffett's coins pile is now larger than the marketplace cap of Netflix and Bank of America. This have to ship caution signs and symptoms to the marketplace on Monday, and we are able to see a large contributor to the jump in this cash stability was Berkshire's sale of Apple. In Q3 of 2024, on my own, Berkshire sold any other one $4.3 billion of Apple, bringing their position right down to $69.9 billion. Now, the reason why this is this type of massive deal is on multiple distinctive events. Warren Buffett has stated Apple is an inventory that he's going to by no means sell. Well, something has modified his complete perspective of the whole lot, right? He probably sees something on the horizon. This is going to spoil tech stocks, and he's like, you already know what. I need to be equipped to buy that dip. And over the past quarters, Warren Buffett has offered $100 billion of Apple stock. Interestingly, that is coming at a time when the market is on a remarkable run. The rally placed the SP 500 officially up plus 40% over the last 365 days. This is a bigger 12-month sport than any annual return within the SP 500, courting lower back to 1954. And so manifestly, there's loads occurring here, men, and so this deserves our attention. Warren Buffett isn't always just any random investor. He's the greatest value investor of all time. He grew his wealth from a measly $100 to $100, all of the way as much as masses of billions of greenbacks in Berkshire Hathaway, and his personal fortune is inside the tens of billions. That is extraordinarily staggering, and he did not just do that by going willy-nilly and getting lucky, right? He has always made remarkable decisions over the course of the closing 60 years in terms of investing, always. And that may be a better tune file than maximum people. One element we all should consider is the manner that Warren Buffett has completed this is with the aid of constantly studying the market and expertise economics. He did this in the course of COVID. He did this at some point in the 2008 monetary crisis. He did this at some stage in the dot-com bubble. Warren Buffett has accomplished this every unmarried economic disaster, so essentially what he is pronouncing is that economic crisis goes date that it will be going on, but he knows it's miles, although going to be going on, and he wants to be organized for it. And he is basically pronouncing, I want to make a number of cash even as everybody else is panicking, selling, and whilst the entirety kind of just evens out and the blood is on the streets, he's simply going to purchase some of these property for a big sale. And there's going to be heaps of possibilities here. I want to make this very clean. I assume that Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Solana, they are all going to peer a first-rate correction as properly, that it'll be insane volatility in the markets, men, in reality everywhere. And this is going to offer a few crazy possibilities for all of you men. But I additionally want to speak about this proper right here, due to the fact this is largely the reason why Warren Buffett's moving the way that he is. And this presents a ton of lot-swish context to the scenario of the US economic system. This is concerning the average interest paid on US. Small enterprise short-term loans spiked to 10.1%, the most in as a minimum 13 years. Interest prices have now doubled in only 3 years. To put this into attitude, prior to the pandemic, interest charges on those loans averaged around 6%. And largely due to better fees, small business income at the moment are at their second lowest level because of the 2008 economic disaster, according to the NFIB data. In other phrases, small companies want help. Here's a chart, right? I suggest it is clean as day. I imply if you have a look at the final a few years, you can see nicely there's a clear trouble. If you do pass again to 2008, I recognize this chart most effective is going to 2011. However, in case you do go return to 2008, this looks precisely like what became taking place at some stage in the 2007 to 2008 monetary disaster. In reality, inside the early ranges of the disaster in 2007, that is precisely wherein we have been. This turned into exactly, and I suggest to the dot, exactly wherein we had been. And additionally, properly, if we take a look at Warren's cash reserves, it additionally majestically started out hiking up around this time as well. You can see, take a look at this, Maine as much as the 2007 to 2008 crisis, this become an all-time high for Warren Buffett's coins reserves as properly. So there may be a good deal of right-away correlation with running profits for small agencies and what kind of and Warren Buffett's coins reserves, and additionally big groups too. They've become a survey done lately on CEOs of massive businesses and banks, and they quite tons all stated that they have got no plans to lease any new employees for this quarter. And additionally, they stated that their economic outlook for the future is extremely uncertain. The maximum unsure it has been of their closing 13 years of working. Go figure, that's quite exciting, right? And then you additionally have a look at this, and also you examine the working profits of small groups. You add all of it together, you are like, matters a type of looking a bit ordinary proper now. It seems like we're probably moving into a touch bit of a bubble here. And it will be a quite disgusting correction for certain. So we additionally have, you realize Coinbase and banks are presently at battle. Okay, and so here's the component proper. If you consider this, if you understand that there is a financial disaster incoming, and permit simply say, hypothetically, you are the government and you're essentially orchestrating this monetary crisis, so you can siphon money from the working elegants, the small companies right here, over to the wealthy elites of the arena proper, which is precisely what came about during the COVID pandemic. That is precisely what befell in 2007 and 2008 monetary disaster, because all the banks got bailed out. And it is also precisely what befell in the dot-com bubble. All of the businesses that emerged became those multi-billion-dollar corporations, and the pay hole among the CEO and the average employees are just continuously going up each unmarried time we revel in one of these crises. Because bet what? They ought to shut down due to the fact they are no longer making sufficient money. Where does all of that enterprise now visit? It is going to Amazon, it goes to Walmart, it is going to Costco, it goes to those massive, huge groups which can be already being profitable surrender fist. However, now they may be making even extra due to the fact they haven't any opposition. And so if you're the government and you are basically you have a lot of these corporations pulling your strengths to basically create another